Test, test. Check, check. Oh, I didn't start the video. Did I start it? Testing. What's up with that? Huh? Did it start? Yeah. What's going on? All right. Here we go. There it is. Okay. Okay. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right. Testing, testing. All right. Hey, let me see here. That's ugly back there. Okay. So, I'm having so much fun. I want to thank BZ one more time. This is so excellent. I love these microphones. I've been playing with them all morning and just enjoying the heck out of it. And I uploaded a couple of videos to the other channel, my regular channel. Hey, Adolf. Hey, I was talking to Christina yesterday in messaging, and I told her, we'd like to go over and see the painted rock on the res, and she told me that they really have like put strict rules. Hey, Digger Dog. She she they put strict rules on who could go see the painted rock now. Hi, Velvet. Hey, Alan. So she told me that we can go, that we have to, it has to be during the weekday though, because she works right by there. And so we have to give her a day that we can go on a weekday, and only two people at a time can go with her to the painted rock. So if there's, I already been there a whole bunch of times. So if Javier can go, 559, if he can go, I'll just stay behind, and you guys can go up and see the rock, and maybe after you guys see it, maybe I can go up and talk with her, and maybe do a little bit of video over there with me and her talking about the rock. But so we can go see the rock, but it's limited to two people at a time, and I don't know how long, if there's a time limit or anything like that. So that's exciting. I want to let you know, like, pick a day on a weekday that you can go, and in the near future or in the future, and let me know what it is, and I'll get back with her and try to arrange that we can go to the painted rock. I'm so excited about that. I think that's exciting, man. Because the painted rock, that's like Mecca for all Bigfoot people. This rock, Vicky's doing really good. In fact, she's in there. She's somewhat of a Elvis nut. She likes Elvis, and she took the TV away from the kids and all their cartoony stuff, all the grandkids, and now her and my sister are watching Elvis movies. And all the kids are not happy about it, but hey, they got to share, And I think it's kind of funny, really, myself. How's this mic sounding? I got the mic on again, and I didn't adjust any settings. This is just straight out of the box. I'm a little bit intimidated by all the functions that it has, but I put it to like a medium sound, and I'm hoping it sounds good. This time I'm inside. But yeah, so this painted rock, it could be as high as 1,000 years old. That these paintings of a Bigfoot family and other animals on this big rock, and it's on the Thule Reservation. And it used to be that there was, if you had a relative or a friend there, you could pretty much go to it and do whatever you wanted. But after finding Bigfoot, I took finding Bigfoot over there, And after finding Bigfoot, they don't want anybody going to the rock anymore because the finding Bigfoot, they kind of they interviewed the elders at the painted rock, and they did like an hour with each elder. And I think the elders thought that when Finding Bigfoot aired, that they were going to get more time than 20 seconds. Okay, like just one little sound bite or a little clip of them saying something, and then the rest of the time was just the Finding Bigfoot stars talking about it. And I thought that was disrespectful. They should have gave him at least a minute. You know what I mean? Like they didn't hardly give him anything, and that kind of ticked him off. And that isn't just the only thing that happened there with TV and cable people. They pretty much have disrespected the whole Painted Rock, the tribe, the elders, everybody, and it happens. It's happened like a few times. So now they've cut access off to nearly everybody now, and unless you know somebody, and then you still have to get permission from the tribe. So I think that is a good thing because it's a sacred place to the tribe, and actually it should be a sacred place to everybody, and we should respect it. Hi, Mark. Yeah, uh so that's that on the rock, the painted rock with a whole family of Bigfoot on it. And so I remember I showed you guys this really cool collectible I got. I don't know if it's still backwards, isn't it? I tried to fix that, but somehow I got these Bigfoot collectible knives. Well, I found the big brother to this one. And these are so nice, really nice. But I got the big brother here, and I'm adding it to there's only two made by this company, and they're called Rough Rider and it's backwards. Gee, I'm gonna try to fix that. I don't like this backwards business where it looks like it's in a mirror. But anyways, I got this other one. Whoops. Here we go. And this is a fixed blade, and it's real sharp. But it's a fixed blade. It comes with a lanyard, and it has Bigfoot on it. And I bought this and I added to my collection. So now I have all the knives that Rough Rider makes that have Bigfoot on it. And they were only like $20 a piece on eBay, and they're really limited because they only made these for a little while, and then they discontinued it. Like I think 2014 is when they stopped making it. So it's been 10 years since they made these, and then to find them like in pristine brand new shape is pretty cool. So with the both of them, I think that is so cool. So I got both, and I finished out the collection, and I'm all jazzed about that. Isn't that cool? That goes into my collection, and I'm so jazzed. I'm gonna make some leather sheaths, and I'm gonna put Bigfoot on it. I think what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna make a pancake style where, like on a pancake holster, where there's no lid to it, and it just goes in. It would go in, and it would use compression to hold it in. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then with this one, I'm probably gonna pretty much copy the sheath here, but I'm gonna make it leather, because I mean these are cool and everything, but they're not leather, you know what I mean? And you know me and leather, we go a long ways. In fact, I was going to show you, I got this one, a Damascus, and it's real nice Damascus. And on it, it says, "Don't tread on me." I think it, "Don't tread on me" on both sides. This is one of my everyday carries, but I made the sheath for this. And it's a custom sheath. It holds in there really nice. Really nice setup, right? Really nice, really nice. And this is, so what I want to do, and I think I'm going to do some giveaways for you guys. And I haven't created the sheaths yet, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to give away. And after I make the sheaths, and I'll let everybody know when that is that I do this. Okay? So before I show you, I also got the Buck 119. And the Buck 119 is an iconic knife. So if anybody has a Buck 119 and you want a sheath that doesn't rattle around, right? Doesn't rattle around like that, and you want a really nice custom sheath, let me know, okay? Because I'm going to be making these for this. And yesterday I purchased a Buck 110. It hasn't showed up yet. The Buck 110 folder. It's pretty much the same as this. For those that don't know much about knives, this is the size of a Buck 110. All right, Mark, you have a good one, man. So I bought the Buck 110. I'm also going to be making sheaths for the 110, and I'll show you guys once I get the 110 and I start making them. Happy birthday dinner. Right on, man. 59, you young man, you. Very young. So I'm going to be making sheaths for the Buck 119 and the Buck 110. And I have something. BZ bought me another thing. BZ, you're wonderful. I actually have the best YouTube followers, or really my friends, YouTube friends in the world. I've gotten so many things. I want to share some other stuff. Like, I probably should share this because this is like the coolest thing. Let me move this back a little bit. But I got this. You guys will remember it, but it's a little bit dusty. I haven't played with it for a while. I was learning how to use it, but I've been so busy I haven't. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Handmade. Tony Spirit Feather Adams, I love you, brother. But he made this. Handmade. And it plays. I mean, it's beautiful. See, and I really like handmade stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a sucker for handmade items. But I thought I would share some things with you guys that this makes me speechless. This hangs on my wall in a prominent place in my house. And I have some other stuff too. Like, I have some paintings that this beautiful lady that I love so much sent me, and I'll share those and share her name on another video. They're so big I can't really show them. She sent me. I have those hanging prominently too, and I have two paintings with Bigfoot and Dogman in them. But this is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's dusty because it's been hanging on the wall, but it's really quality. And I don't know what kind of wood that is. So now this Bigfoot on here, this is what's painted on the painted rock at the Thule Res. This Bigfoot, they call him the crying Bigfoot. He has tears, but this is what's painted on the rock. That if you ever get to go there, this is what you'll see with the rest of the family. It has the mom and the baby and the daddy on the rock. This is absolutely a treasure to me, and it makes me speechless. I mean, you could tell it's all hand done where the finger holes. It's beautiful, beautifully done. I feel bad that it's all dusty, but it's hanging in a very prominent place. Believe me. Once I get a studio, a dedicated place to do videos, that'll be hanging in the background, and I'm going to continue learning how to play it. I have some other stuff too that it'll knock you guys out. Handmade stuff. Okay, so this is something. It's just a China knife. Probably what, $45, something like that. Okay, and it no that this one isn't the China. This one isn't the $45 one. I think this is like a $30 one, a $30 one. But what I want to do, hey MK, what's up, my brother? What I want to do is I'm gonna make a custom sheath for this knife, and I'm gonna give it away to one of you guys. This right here will be given away to you guys. It's beautiful. It's not a real expensive knife, but you don't really want expensive when you go out in the woods. You want to have something that you can beat up. I mean, it's perfectly good. It's sharp as can be. But I'm going to make a custom sheath for this instead of this piece of junk sheath right here that came with it. Okay, so this is one of the knives I'm going to make a sheath for, and I'm going to give somebody. But hold on, there's more, right? This is just one of them. I have a few. Okay, so the other one, this is the $45 one. Okay, this is the $45 one right here. I mean, the sheath's kind of nice, but it's not real leather, I don't think. It's not. And then this lanyard is a piece of junk, right? Piece of junk. Anyways, this is a really nice knife. And I don't care if I say knife. Okay, YouTube? And it's the M390. I know you guys, that's the kind of steel it is, but M390 steel, I have no idea what that means. But this knife, I'm going to also make a sheath for and give to one of you guys. And this is a I think it was $45 for this knife. And it's real pretty. I mean, I love the handle. It feels really good in the hand. It's got that little finger groove thing right here. I mean, it feels really good. And you can even get your thumb up there and really choke up on it. And so when you're out camping or going squatching, you have something that you can start fires with and process wood and cut your dinner up. And if you go hunting, you can do that. So this is the second one. Hey Lucky, what's up, man? It's your birthday too. Happy birthday, Lucky Chuck. Hey buddy, that's cool. 2 birthdays today, huh? That's so righteous. Happy birthday to all the people that have birthdays. Okay, so this is I think it's called Elk Ridge. Elk Ridge. I don't like the sheath. This is a pretty big one. It's another survival knife. It's got these weird, and they're pretty sharp. It's like a saw on the back. It's got plastic handles. I think the blade is like 7 inches or something like that. But this one I'm also going to make a sheath for. It's got a lanyard place. It's full tang. I'm going to make I'm going to make a custom sheath for this, and I'm also going to give this away on the channel. So that's three things, and how this one's probably going to look. The sheath, I have one down here. Let's see. See, I'm not sure about this one. I think I'm going to give this to a grandkid. But this is a sheath I made for this one. This is another elk ridge. They're not real expensive, and and it's got also got like this saw on the back of it, and leather handles. But it's going out and squatching and stuff like that. You don't want to use a really expensive knife. You just want one that won't break. But this is the sheath I made for this one. So this one will have a sheath similar to this. But this is the kind of sheath that this one's going to have right here that I'll give away. In fact, all of them, this is probably going to be similar as well, right? But it's going to be like, look at the difference in the size, in the leather quality. I mean, there's no comparison really to, I don't know if you can see that, where the belt goes on it. This is a real sheath, right? Real quality, hand sewn, hand cut, hand tooled. So this one as well, it's going to be something like that. It'll be smaller for, but it'll be custom, and I'll probably use this type of strap down instead of this on this one. I think I'm going to make another one for this one and do it like this. So this one, and this one, I'm going to make sheaths for, and I'm going to give them away on this channel. And I didn't know what I was going to do, but I kind of collect these knives because they're not expensive, and I wind up looking for deals and sales and stuff like that, and I get them pretty reasonable. And so what I was going to do is I was going to just make the sheaths and then sell them, but I sell things like this with the knife in it, and and I'll pay like $12 to $20 for these knives. This one I paid actually $45, and it was a more expensive knife. I got it on sale at $45, but I'm going to go ahead and give this one away too. So this will probably be the most expensive one that I'm giving away, because it cost me $45. I think I got this one for $9 right here, but it's a $39 knife, but they went on clearance. And I mean, it's a really good sharp blade. But I've been thinking about because I really I love you guys so much, and you guys have been there for me for a decade, a lot of you, and you guys make this really cool stuff and send it to me, and you guys have supported me. And so I wanted to, I know I can't make one for everyone, but only I don't know how. I didn't want to put I'm gonna give away something in the title, because then you get all these scammers and spammers and all this stuff. That's why I'm doing it like this. I didn't put it in the title, but anyone that tunes in knows that I'm going to be giving away these 3 knives to some lucky, cool, and hopefully long time person that's been with me a long time. But yeah, so that was my main reason on getting on here, was to share with you guys what I'm going to do. Now, it's probably going to take me a couple of months to put these sheaths together, because I have to draw them out. Like, let me show you. Like this is actually the one I'm making for the Bigfoot knife. And this is called a pancake sheath, and the knife will slip in there, and this will be the belt loop, and they call it a pancake because it's flat. And this right here, up here, is the back side of it. That's a sweat shield. That's a sweat shield. So I actually design, like here's another drawing I did of it, and I didn't like that one, so I started over. And what I'll do is I'll put it on paper like this, and I'll draw these things up, and then if I don't like it, I can tear it, wad it up and throw it away before I start cutting leather, right? This is actually for an axe. I'm doing one for actually a hatchet. So then I drew this up using the hatchet, and it'll go on the hatchet like that, and I'll probably have one of those little straps like this coming under it right here and snapping up here, and this will be sewn right here down to about right here, and then the hatchet will just go in there. And so, but I'm not sure if this is the final drawing I'm going to do for this one either. This is probably the third rendition of this one. I feel like it's too big because this is 559's axe. It's just a little bitty thing, and I want to make him a sheath. So this is it right here, and it fits in there. So, and then it would have a strap coming from the back and snapping right here. But I'm thinking about instead of that, and this is what I'm really leaning to. These would be two pieces. I would cut this in half, and then on one of the halves where it would look like this, I'll make this longer, and then it would just wrap over the back of it would wrap over the back of it, and then snap. It would snap like this. So one of them would wrap around, and it would snap onto this part right here like that. But I'm not sure still either. I'm still in the drawing and designing stages of it. So basically what I wanted to do is come on here and tell you guys I appreciate you guys so much, and you guys have been patient with me and hanging out with me and encouraging me. And I didn't know what I could do to show my appreciation for what you guys have done for me. And I was sitting here looking at this cute little Bigfoot knife, and I would buy another one of these and give away a Bigfoot. I may still do that, buy one of these and make a sheath, and that'll be like the grand prize. They're not expensive, but this is kind of cool, and so I'm thinking about that. But I just want you to know I appreciate you guys so much. You're the best people in the whole world, and I really care about you guys, and I just want to show my appreciation. But I think that's all I got here. I'm looking through them. Like I got this at a yard sale the other day for $5. Look at that. Sucker's a monster, right? $5. The guy thought he really had something, and he I go around the yard sales looking for knives and stuff to buy them, make sheaths, and then sell them. And before I even spend any time there, I asked him if they have any knives, and he brought this one out, and he thought he had really something, but it's a Frost Cutlery, and you can buy this brand new for like $12, right? And I got it for $5. So maybe this might be one of the ones, you know, that I make something. This is kind of a little bit overkill. It's kind of fun to have while I'm working on leather and outside, and I just have this one kind of sitting next to me because it's a busy place. You know, I actually got this one. I was going to make Adolf a sheath. This is the sheath it came with, and it's actually a Damascus blade with a horn, like a buffalo horn, and a bone handle. And that's something I got. I think I paid 15 for this one online, and it was an auction, and nobody was bidding, so I bid 15 and I won it. I couldn't believe I won it because these usually run about $50 online, especially when it's got buffalo horn and bone, you know. And I know I'm probably, a lot of people aren't interested in this kind of thing, but this is one of the things I like doing, and I like making them and doing stuff like that. And like I have a blaster that my son gave me, and I made a holster for it. This is actually when I got back into leather. This is the very first thing that I made, and I haven't finished sewing it. I ripped out the threads because I'm gonna redo it. It fits perfect like a glove. I have it lined with calf skin. I don't know if you can see in there. Let's see. And it's wet molded. It's real thick. It holds the blaster really nice, right? And this is the very first thing I made. This is when he gave me the gift my son gave me. I was telling my wife I wanted to buy a holster for it, but when I was looking online to get a holster like this kind of quality is $400 to have somebody make one handmade. I told her I could take $100, buy some tools and some leather, and I can make my own. And she laughed at me. She thought that was funny because I hadn't done it in years. So the very first thing I made when I got back in a little over a year ago was this. And I'm pretty proud of it after not working leather for 30 years, even though I did a lot of leather working as a kid for probably, I have 15 years experience as a kid. I didn't think I could put anything together this good. I thought it would take me a while, but very first thing, slayed it, I think. And then I even made the mag pouch matching, right? I designed the mag pouch. So this is the magazine that goes to that blaster. Man, it's hot in here. And I tooled it. It's all custom. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this is the second thing I made when I got back into leather. All quality. I mean, it's not the best. My stitching's kind of crooked and stuff. I'm way better now. Believe me, I'm way better. And you could wear it on your belt. And what I did was, I'll show you. I got this right here. I'll show you. So I'm still designing this. So what I wanted is I wanted a shoulder holster, right? I wanted a shoulder holster. And this is a Tandy. I got the pattern from Tandy. And it actually came with a round disc thing that holds it onto your back. And it was riding up on my neck. And then I seen another shoulder holster online, and it had this butterfly looking design to it. So it took me about, I don't know, a couple of days to figure out the dimensions because I didn't know the dimensions or anything. And then what I like about it is I can make this I can put on my belt, right? The same as the holster. I can put this on my belt, but then I can take the screws out of this, and I can put this on here, and this will hold it, and then it'll hang like this, right? It'll hang perfect right on my side, hanging like that. And the same with the mag pouch on the other side. I could either make a knife sheath, and so anything you could wear on your belt, anything, any holster, any mag pouch, any knives, anything, this can slide onto it. Like, I mean, anything. I could even put it on here, and I could have a knife hanging on my side. And so these are the first things that I made when I got back in leather, and I fell in love with it all over again. And here I am, you know, making leather stuff. And so what I'm gonna do one more time is I'm going to give away some custom sheaths and knife for everyone. Not everyone, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Like maybe I'll pick a day and I'll let everybody know in a video what day that is, and in advance. And then whoever's in chat that day at that time, whoever's in chat, that will be, I'll write the names and put them in a hat, and then I'll have one of my grandkids or somebody pull the name out of the hat for each thing, and I'll give it away. That way I don't have, that way it's the people that actually are really watching me, not send in and everybody's sending in stuff and I give it to somebody that just barely became a subscriber, because that's not really how I want to do it. And I really want it to go to the ones that come in all the time and watch me and show my appreciation that way. And I wish that I could make one for everyone. And I also, there's some other things I want to do, that I'm going to do besides the knives, because I know there's some ladies, and I make these coasters. Okay, this is a hand stamped coaster with a basket weave. This is a hand tooled basket weave. So I'm also going to make two coaster sets, and I'm going to give those away too. And they could go men or women, I mean, but it'll come as a 4-piece coaster set with a little holder that'll hold the coasters, and you can set them in your living room or your wherever, outside, whatever. But they'll be premium leather, hand tooled by me coasters for the people that always tune into me, and trying to show some appreciation back to all the support you guys have given me and all that over the years, and just to show I appreciate you guys so much. Well, that is, yeah, I have some other stuff I want to make. Hi, Phoenix. Check out this tooling. I've been practicing with, this is called a wild rose pattern. Maybe I might throw in something like a notepad or a notepad holder or something like that with this on it. And just for the fun of it, and that way we can have several things, and I can really, hopefully, like right here, there's 11 people in here, maybe I'll have 11 things, right? And everybody in the chat will probably get something, right? Hi, Aaron. Oh, cool, right on. But see, that's I'm not gonna make it. The only people that are gonna know about this is the one that actually tunes in, and the only ones that's gonna get something is the ones that actually tune in. And that way, I know I'm getting it to you guys. That way I know. And I love you guys so much. Okay, so I don't have anything else, but it's Saturday, and if you guys want to chat about something, hey, later, Adolf, I'll be I'll be catching up with you here in a little bit. Talk about that painted rock. You know. So like I do want to talk about that other channel that I created. So I found out that what I'm doing is running an experiment with YouTube, and because I hear that even if you create a new channel, they can figure out that it's like associated with this channel, or you're the same person, right? The great falling away, it's been happening, bro. The great falling away has been happening for a long time. Yeah. Right now, it's just too easy. You know what I mean? Too easy to deny God. But anyways, that other channel, it it doesn't have all the options that this channel has, because this channel is older and it has all the views and all this stuff, right? And so I can't go live on it. There's a whole bunch of stuff I can't do, and so I have to get like, I think it's 1,000 views and have uh, some content on there. So I am loading content on there, and so every day or so I'm going to add a video or two from my library of videos, unedited, just straight raw videos over the years of things that I have on this multitude of hard drives that I have, and a lot of it I've never shared with you guys. And I thought it would be kind of fun. I mean, I'll put content on there. It's not necessarily related to Bigfoot, but it's things that interest me, right? The mountains usually, all kinds of different places, drone videos, um, different places over the years where I was at with my camera. And today I loaded one up of the spot, the Bigfoot spot. And it was, this video was the next day from 3 trees getting pushed over. I think they were pushed over because 3 trees, 3 big giant pine trees falling within it. I think it was like 45 minutes, but in the video I say an hour, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a whole hour. It was like 45 minutes. 3 big pine trees were pushed over, and to me that is highly suspect of being natural, or because I spent my whole life in the woods, a lot of my time, a lot of time. I mean, grew up in the woods. I never heard a tree fall down, ever. Years. I'm like 65 and spent years and years and years in the woods. I never heard a tree fall. Like, does a tree make a sound when it falls in the forest? That's like a thing, right? You don't know unless you're standing there. It does. But to have 3 of them within a 45-minute time frame go down, and I saw the third one go down because I heard it cracking, and they were all in the same probably 30-yard circle. See, that's not a coincidence. Things just don't fall down like that. 3 of them, huge ones too, like this big around, like as big around as a telephone pole. And one of them was broke off at 6 feet. The other one was broke off at 10 feet. And now in the next couple of days, I'm going to load the video up on that channel that where we went over there and we found those trees. And you could stand in one spot and look at all of them. It's probably less than 30 yards. It might be more like 30 feet. 3 trees went down within a 30 feet of each other. Like, that's not a coincidence, right? Pointed a hideout area below the next to. See, that's not a coincidence either. 3, right? 3, when I think just one you hearing or seeing one fall down in the woods once in your entire life, that I think that is probably more like, and most people go their whole life and not even hear one, okay? But then have three in an hour, that that means something happened. That wasn't nature, right? Yeah, these were about 100 feet tall, over 100. They were, maybe one of them was 150 feet tall, and they were dead. They were dead because of the bark beetle. Actually, in the video, I talk about it. It's weather modification, really. I don't know. I don't know about that. I heard that the rocket that's supposed to go up and get them, they're having some kind of issues with it. You know, I don't know. But what I do know on these tree things, that was not uh, that wasn't just nature, right? Had even better experiences. Like, this is one of your places you go squatching at. That's interesting. I would love to go squatching with you, bro. I really would. Because I found over the years of being online and people knowing about me and following me on here and on Paranormal Central, and I've made a lot of online friends all over the earth, really, but in the United States, and a lot of them, like Digger and everyone, I talk to them a lot, or hear, follow them on Facebook and stuff, and I found Bigfoot's everywhere. Right, they're everywhere. I don't know if it had anything to do with God, the trees. I think mostly it was trying to run us off. Yeah, that is not a coincidence either, bro. Like, I tell you, that's happened to us too, where we don't really talk about the area, but then when we start talking about an area, and we really don't even say the area like specific, but only somebody that knows us and maybe like secretly can get into our phones and all that kind of stuff, they figure out where we were and then they lock us out. And that's happened a few times. And I actually think they even sent a kill squad in this one area to off the Bigfoots, from what I heard from locals around there that I know, that you know things happened, and I think the government had something to do with it. And but yeah, they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know. Something else happened recently, and that's why I'm going through the hard drives looking for a certain video. If I even have it, I'm not sure. I don't know why they. I don't know why they want them dead, man. I really don't know. They don't even want us to know about them. That, to me, that's really interesting. Why not? But only anybody can know about them. With a little bit of time and effort, you could go out to any woods and find them anywhere. Like, even down in populated areas, if you know what you're doing and you know what you're looking for, you can find evidence of them everywhere. That's something that shocked me over the years. Was, you know for since 1986, I've been driving 3.5 hours into the mountains, in way back, right in the wilderness, where the roads only go so far and then it becomes wilderness. That's where I thought they were, where hardly no people were, and I would find evidence of them, and I would be out there, and I thought that's where they lived. I didn't think, the closer you got to population, I didn't think they were there. But in the last decade, you know, people have been talking to me, and now I found out, they're just right 2 minutes from my house, out there eating goats and sheeps and who knows what else, and they're all out there, and that was surprising to me that they're just right outside of town in the valley. Like, I live in the Central Valley, where it's like agriculture, and there's canals and a few rivers running through and creeks and stuff. All along the canals, all along the creeks and rivers, that's where you'll find them. Sometimes even further out, like a mile away from a canal or a river, somebody will report they're out there. They'll be throwing rocks at them or screaming or taking their animals. I think some people have disappeared. I actually, that's something right there, Aaron, that I actually believe the Bigfoots might do. And I think maybe the Bible is referring to the Bigfoot when it says that in the last days, in the tribulation, the beast will turn on the man and attack him. But it also talks about losing the fear of man. So most animals, when you go in the woods, will run, even a bear or whatever. Some don't, like a moose. Some bears might not, but only this will be where they lose their fear and they won't run anymore. They'll actually be coming after you no matter what. And your dogs will turn on you, your cats, all your animals will turn on you. But I actually believe that is part of it. These hybrid beings are running around out there, and they also run away, right? A lot. I mean, that's all the stories everybody talks about. They run away, but I don't think they run far. And I think they're always watching when we're out there. You can feel them after you've been doing it as long as I have. You could just get in an area, and if there's some around there, I'll know it. I'll be sensing them around me. And there's sometimes we'll go and I don't feel anything the whole weekend. And then there's sometimes I get out of the car and I am instantly on alert. Like, my spider senses go off and I know they're there watching me. And you have that feeling they're watching you, and you can't shake it the whole time. Like that time where the trees went down. As soon as we got out of the car and we started setting up our camp, I felt like I was being watched right away. And then after the trees went down and then we went to bed, around 2 a.m. I got up to drain the radiator, and a wood knock happened. The best one I ever heard. I mean, just like pristine. It echoed through the canyon. Just like, whoa, like that's not an animal, right? And there was nobody else in there. I guarantee it. There was nobody. We would have heard them. We would have seen them. It's just a little valley, a little canyon, and there's nobody in there. But at 2 in the morning, who's out there? And I mean, it sounded like it was the perfect knock I ever heard. But then, you're like, well, maybe it could be this or that. You don't want to just say everything's a Bigfoot. And then I got back in bed, climbed in my sleeping bag, and covered up and was laying there, and another one happened. And we're in a tent. We didn't have fifth wheels yet. So we were in a tent in a sack lunch, sleeping in a sack lunch. And bam, pristine. I heard it echo throughout the canyon. I was like, oh my God. I knew then, I might have wrote off the other one as anything, but the second one, that got my attention, and I knew full well that they were in there, and my feelings that they were in there, gut feeling or spider senses, whatever you want to call it, they're correct. In fact, I was telling my wife a little while ago, we were talking about that gut feeling, and I know a lot of people don't believe in God or anything, but the actual Holy Spirit resides in you, and it's in your in your stomach area, you know, in the middle of you. That's where the Holy Spirit is. That's why they call it a gut feeling. That's actually the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. And if you yeah, sixth sense, people call it sixth sense. It's actually the Spirit. It resides right there. It flows out of your belly. That's what the Bible says. If you can start listening to that, you'll never go wrong on things. Like, it's like an early warning system, and also like a scam detector, a lie detector, all that, right? If you follow your gut, what they call your gut feeling, follow your gut, you'll never go wrong. You'll never go wrong. That's something that you have to develop. But if you develop that, and it doesn't mean you have to believe in God or anything. Everyone has it. If you develop it, you start listening to it. Quit listening to this. That'll get you in trouble. But your gut feelings, that actually will clue you in, and you'll have more success at things, you know. But yeah, so that's an interesting conversation. So the that YouTube channel over there, I'm going to continue to do that, add things. Like, you guys could speed it up, share it, put likes on it. I'm actually going to do another video that I have to record, but I'm going to use. In fact, I was going to talk about that. Let me see here. I got it right here. Just a minute. Don't go away. I have. I have my. I have my Canon XA11 camera, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit for content creators. Okay, people that do content creation. Okay, this is a Canon XA11. It's a beautiful camera. It's a camcorder, and it has this really cool it's really cool. Okay, this one's more professional. You can put mics in it. It has a preamp built in, so where you can run XLR mics. You can put a boom or a shotgun mic on it, and it has where you can put your wireless mic receiver, and then you can run the XLR going from the receiver into the preamp into the camera, and this is a camcorder, right? So now everybody that and this one has 2 SD cards for video, and that way you can have a backup if you want, or when you fill up one, it'll go to the next one. I just run one in it, you know. What's cool about this one is it has an eyepiece. Let's see, the battery must be dead because it should have turned on, but so I need to charge the battery. But it has an eyepiece. When you open the eyepiece up, it sees what this sees. So if you have this open and you're looking at a video, when you open your eyepiece up, it shuts this off, and then you can see what's in here. And that's what I like, because when you're out and you're running and gunning, making videos, this right here will reflect back in your face, like you can see the reflection. Well, when it's really sunny, you can't see anything, right? You can't see anything because of that. So if you get a camera, you want to make sure it has an eyepiece. And why I want to talk about this is for all the Bigfooters that go out there. This is probably, right now, you could probably buy this used for around $800 or $900. I wouldn't get this one. They have a different Canon. It's a let's see, this is a XA11. I think it's a XA40. It's 4K, and it has the handle on it, and this handle is removable, and it's just this is what right here is what makes it so great. But you don't have to have this, because it has you can actually run a microphone in here, and you can actually hook stuff up right here where this hooks up onto it. This is also one of these right here, where this hooks on, and that's powered, so you can have a powered light. But the reason that I'm showing this and talking about this is because there's so many people that start a YouTube channel, and when they watch videos about it and how to do content creation, the first thing they do is they go out and they buy a picture camera, a photograph camera, right? They'll might buy a Canon or whatever, but it's for photographing, and there's problems with that. Like some of them, like Sony's and stuff like that, the battery will, when you're doing video, it'll overheat the battery, and then it'll shut your camera down because the battery, it's not really intended to make videos. It's intended to take photographs. It has the capability to take video, but it's not really set up or made to do video. A camcorder, any kind of camcorder, they're created to make video. And you can actually, if you're in a studio or a place where you have like a little power, one of those solar or those battery generator things, you could actually plug that in, and you could plug that in, and for as long as there's power to it, it will record. As long as you have enough on your SD card. But I mean, it'll go hours and hours and hours, and it won't shut off, it won't overheat, because it's made to do video. And they're easier to handle. Like when you have one of those film cameras, it's got a big old lens hanging out the front of it, and sometimes you can't see the little monitor screen because it's on the back of it, and they don't make it where you could have the lens looking at you, and then you can't have that little monitor screen, so you can't see what you're pointing at. With the camcorder, this is the other great thing about a camcorder. Okay, so I could have this aiming at me, and I have the screen looking at me. Okay, the other thing about one of those cameras is you have to have lenses. Like if you want a wide angle, you have to put a wide angle lens. You want a zoom lens, you got to put a big long zoom lens on it, right? So every lens on those things are like $5,000. I mean, to get good stuff, so you can have almost $8,000 in, or even maybe $10,000 in your camera to be able to do everything this camera could do at $1,200. So this camera, it says right here, the zoom on it, it has 20 times zoom. Okay, that's optical zoom coming through here. So you could use this rocker right here, and you can zoom in 20 times. Inside, there's a digital zoom that's 400 zoom. And if you go watch some of my videos where I'm using this camera, I can zoom a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, and have it like right there. Like you're sitting right there, right? Now, if I would have had the other camera that people, that the electronics industry and all the YouTubers have fallen for, everybody that makes videos, if I would have had one of those, I would have needed to buy a zoom camera to be able to zoom that far. But then if I zoomed back and I want to do something close to me again, then I have to change lenses back to the close lens. But I can zoom this one out and in as much as I want, and it'll autofocus and everything. I mean, this one also has night vision, right? This one has night vision. The IR, let's see if I can see it. It has night vision over here. So I can turn on infrared right? I can turn on the infrared and I can see in the dark with this. And you won't find that on the other cameras. And you know, it's all about taking your money. That's what it's all about. They hope nobody learns that you can take a camcorder because you're shooting video. Okay, video. Think about it. You're not taking, like, the other cameras are great for taking still shots, beautiful still shots. But who's doing that when you're making video, right? Hey, Knight Rider, what's up, man? Fire dude, fire dude. Hey, buddy. So, plus now, this camera has a snapshot button on it. I can take pictures with it too, if I want. But I'm not taking that many pictures. I'm always doing video. And I've traveled the world with a camera. And actually, I had two cameras. I had a 35 millimeter, which is like a dinosaur now, but with all the lenses, right? The smaller lens, the medium lens, the zoom lens. I think it was like 200 millimeter lens. And then I had my video camera where I was shooting a documentary in Africa, and I was all over the place with it. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to cameras, and for the person that's going to do a YouTube video, forget buying the double, the cameras that you have to buy all the lenses and all that stuff, and you have to buy little monitors so you can hook it on the camera so you can see yourself. And they're just doing it so they could take your money. They're just doing it to take your money. And then some people say, well, it shoots 8K. When was the last time you watched a video online where it was 8K, actually 8K? You don't. Really, you don't even need 4K. 1080, high def 1080 is actually good enough, you know what I mean? Like, that's what most everything is running, is 1080p high def. As long as you're high def, that's actually the key, is high def. So I want to clue everybody in. Like, I actually encourage everyone to make a YouTube channel and do videos and do something and have fun with it. And it's really fun. You'd be surprised how much fun and do things you like doing. Like, it doesn't mean you have to go out in the wilderness or take pictures of birds. I mean, if that's what you like doing, then shoot video of birds. But if you have hobbies, like, you could be a mechanic, it doesn't matter. You can take how-to videos of your knowledge and put it online, and you can make a little extra money and have a really great time. A really great time. Just remember, if you're going to do video, buy a video camera, buy a camcorder for like $250. You could buy a really nice camcorder, a little handy cam one with IR capabilities and the whole thing, and zooming in and out, and it'll do everything you ever wanted. And if you pay $800 or $900, you could have one that will knock, it's 4K, 8K, whatever, just like the other one, but it will never shut off. It'll go and go and go. You don't need to change lenses when you're zooming in and out, or when you want to interview somebody, or you want to show something that you have. Like if I had a zoom lens on it, I can't hold this right here. I'd have to change the lens and go to a shallow lens. I'm using my phone though, but same thing, right? So I thought I wanted to talk about that. That's something I planned on talking about, and I forgot. And I'm glad I sat here long enough. So let's see. You say your iPhone, yeah. I'm using the Samsung S23 Ultra. That's what I'm using right now, and it shoots 8K, all that. And nobody, you know what 8K, 4K 1080, 720. Do you guys know what that really means? Okay, you know what it means? Okay, so say we're looking at my tablet right here. Okay, now this right here, this size, that size is, or let's use something where it's not showing a video. Let me see here. Okay, so this is your screen. Okay, this is 8K screen. Okay, this right here, this little square right here, that's 720. 720 high def 720. So when you shoot it in 8K, you get this big amount of information. Same, but only now when you're shooting in 720, you have to back out to get the same amount you get in 8K. But there's so much information when you go to edit, a 8K or 4K, when you start going higher than 1080, your computer normally can't handle it. You have to build a supercomputer like what I built for BZ. His can handle 8K all day and not even slow down. But it costs $9,000 for that computer. But if you go out and buy a $1,200 computer, you're going to have a hard time with 4K. And you're almost not going to be able to do 8K. Yeah, the MacBooks, they're different, but they're also very expensive. Very expensive. You know, they're more expensive than a regular computer. But those are built to do that. They're built to actually edit, but they too will slow down a little bit on 8K. But most people just have a regular laptop. It can barely do 1080, to tell you the truth. Like if you're just going to buy a laptop, you're going to pay like $2,000 for a laptop that can do 8K or really 4K. And you probably pay like $5,000 for 8K. Where I mean, it'll do it like that. All of them will do it, but how fast can they do it? Right? Like if you have a $1,200 laptop, it'll probably take you 3 hours to do an 8K edit and then save an 8K video. But if you have a more expensive one, it might do it in an hour compared to 3 hours. And if you have one like BZ has, it'll do it in 20 minutes. The 8K. And I mean, he's running this huge monitor that can, and I mean, it's an absolute beast, but $9,000, right? $9,000. And he probably won't need another computer the rest of his life. It'll be years before the technology catches up to it to actually be what you can go buy in the store. But that one's custom built, top of the line parts for right now. I mean, you can't buy anything better. It's everything. It's I think we used the Intel. I think just the processor costed $1,200 for the processor. Fastest, biggest, thread ripping, multitasking processor you could get. It's same with the graphics card. The graphics card, I mean, when we got done, the whole computer costed $9,000. It's like full RAM, the best you could get, everything. Best motherboard, best case, best power, CPU, everything was real hot, like the best you could get, and then put it all together. It was really cool. But yeah, so I don't know how long I've been on here, but I gotta go. My wife's been peeking in here, seeing if I'm done. She wants to go shopping. But I wanted to share, okay, one last time. Remember, I'm going to be giving away some blades and some custom sheaths. These are the ones right here. Plus some coasters. And it's only going to be the people that are in the chat. And the only ones that are going to know about it is the ones that heard this video. And I'll talk about it a little bit more on some upcoming videos. I want you guys to know I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I pray for you guys all the time. We're in really, really rough times right now. It's not going to get any easier. Faith is probably going to be the most uh, important thing that you could ever have is faith, and that's going to become more and more important as we go. We'll talk about that. I am doing a Rumble. I will. I'm gonna start putting StreamYard on my phone, and I'm actually gonna multicast to YouTube, StreamYard, maybe X. I'm just gonna play with it, and I'm gonna do play around. I got this really nice. It's a Rode Wireless Pro mic setup. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And so that's actually one of the things that kept me from going online. I had to use that microphone that was on my phone, and I had trouble with traffic and wind and all this stuff. And the one I have for my camera, it works for my camera, but I don't use my camera all the time. When I'm out, I have a wireless setup, double mics, I can mic up two people wireless, but it won't work with my phone system, what I use to do my daily stuff. It's special stuff for Bigfooting and going out. But only now that I have this, I'm actually going to be doing a whole lot more videos. I'm going to try StreamYard on here. I'm going to have some fun. You guys are, now that I have it, I don't, because before, if I wanted to do something where the audio was good and everything, I had to set up where I'm at and then set up my camera, set up a audio mixer board, run all the cables, set the mic up, all this stuff. And then when I got done, I had to take it all down and put it all away because I don't have a place to set it up dedicated. Well, now that I can just plug this on, plug it into my phone and take off, like running and gunning, I'll be making a whole lot more videos just because I don't have all that problem, and also I love it. But when it gets so hard, you don't want to do it. It's hard to get yourself take an hour prep to do an hour video and an hour to take it down like a 3-hour thing. In 10 minutes, I'm going to be all done right here. As soon as I'm done, everything's going to be put away. That's the way I like it. Anyways, you guys, take care. I'll see you very soon. Go check out Alan. Type in at Allen-177, and Allen is ALLEN-177. So in a YouTube search, put at Allen-177. Let's see, maybe I'll put it on here right quick here. Real quick. This is what you want to search. And you'll find the other channel. Where's the dash? There it is. Okay, so put that in a YouTube search. That'll take you right straight to that channel. And give it a like, give it a subscribe. Let's build that one up, and let's see what YouTube's really doing to this channel. That's what the whole thing is. Start a new channel, and then run that channel and see how long before they figure out that I'm both channels, and they start locking that one down, right? That's the whole idea. I'm running an experiment. But my ultimate goal, what I'm going to be doing, is simulcasting to YouTube and Rumble. And I'm going to start pointing everybody from here to Rumble, and sooner or later, over the course of this year probably, I'm going to go strictly Rumble and just only come to this channel every so often. But I have to give everybody a chance and to hear that I have the other channel and point the way over there. So that's what I'm doing. But anyways, you all have a very great Saturday. Be blessed in Jesus' name. Love you all. See you soon.